Hello everybody, how's it going? If I sound out of breath in this video, I was just eating a bunch of spicy food before this. So I'm breathing kind of heavy, but I wanted to share some new fragrances I've tried that I don't like. The first one is from Goldfield and Banks and it's called Desert Rosewood. Now this fragrance smells exactly actually as the name implies, and typically the last scent to me that kind of reminded me of a desert that I liked was Egypt by 8 and Bob, because that thing was kind of like a sexy sand desert. I like the vibe of it. But this fragrance right here was just, I kind of wanted to smell it again, but I don't really want to. The rose was just a bit too dated for me. I didn't really enjoy the wear of this fragrance at all. I did my best not to wash it off, but at the same time, as the hours went by, I just was not vibing with it. You know what I mean? I found that the woodiness of this fragrance, it was kind of nice. Definitely a unique type of scent, but I think for, the age that I am right now and the things that I enjoy, this is something that I think smells better on people like 40 and up. It's just not really my jam. Who knows, maybe in the future it's something I would circle back to, but yeah, this was a miss for me. Desert Rosewood. My favorite thing that I've tried from this brand was Pacific Rock Moss, but the one I tried didn't have the great performance. I think it only lasted 2 or 3 hours. However, multiple of my subscribers said that the newer Pacific Rock Moss formulations are stronger. So I would love to try the new ones because the smell is actually really nice. All right, the next fragrance that's a total pass for me is by Precious Liquid. It's called Champaka. And no lie, it's kind of like basic. Now, please don't take that in a bad way, but it's like when I smelled that, I was like, there's about 20 other perfumes that have this DNA. So everything about it just fell completely flat to me. You know what I mean? I wasn't really interested in the scent. And I'm not saying that it was an off-putting smell, but I just don't think it distinguished itself enough to make itself memorable, to make itself really likable, to me at least. I do know that if you wear this fragrance and you're going for compliments, then yeah, I think it's gonna do it for you. But for me, it just kind of bored me a little bit. Whereas with Desert Rosewood, this fragrance is definitely memorable, but it's a bit too unique and a bit too complex for me to want to wear daily and to even want to wear it all, because there's just other fragrances that I enjoy so much more than this one. But with Champaka, yeah, it's just, I've worn it a couple times and I have made a first impression video of this. I didn't really like it, and even till now, it's a total pass for me. Not a fan of this fragrance. Another one is, I think it's also from Pacific Rock Moss. Oh no, wait, is it this one or not Pacific Rock Moss? I'm sorry, from Goldfield and Banks. Come on now. Jeez, it's called, oh man, I can't pronounce this one. It also has desert in it. It's like Tour L'air du Desert Marocain. Let me spray this one in the air just so you can see my kind of, I should have just done one. Yeah, this very incense heavy type of fragrance, at least in the opening. Again, something that just is not my jam, but the incense here, I don't like that it reminds me of church. You know what I mean? That is something, at least for me, when it comes to fragrances and there's incense, I am kind of hesitant because a lot of the times they kind of smell like this to me, where it reminds me of being in a Catholic church. You know what I mean? And I mean, that is an experience of its own, but I don't want to smell like that wherever I go. Now, as this starts to dry down, it does get a little bit better, but it's just a bit too, not even strong. Well, I guess I can say strong. This isn't like a beast mode type of fragrance. It does leave an impression. I just don't like the smell of it. I don't find it to be really that appealing. It reminds me more of a place than a fragrance. You know what I mean? And I'm sure there's scents that do that, where it reminds you of can I talk right now? Of a particular place. But for me, I don't want to smell like a place. I want to smell, I'm losing words right now that I'm trying to say. But basically, yeah, I want to smell like a good fragrance so that when people smell me, they're not like, oh yeah, you remind me of like when I went to church last Sunday. You know what I mean? I want them to be like, oh wow, you smell amazing. What is that? So for me, I don't really find this wearable, especially in the weather I live in. I think that if you do want to try this fragrance, if you live somewhere like Seattle where it's cold, then it's definitely something to look into. Now, if you are interested in any of these scents, because there are people that are, I'll put the links and the discount codes in the description, okay? I hope you have a lovely day. Let me know what fragrances you're not really a fan of, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.